I'm just a normal millennial teenager. I wear makeup, I am picky with what I'm going to wear, and I always go to nice places just so I could get a like-worthy Instagram pictures. Why? Because social media told me so. I'm here to talk about the health impacts of social media, but not those commonly discussed health impacts such as overexposure, radiation, or whatsoever. But I'm here to talk about the more ignored topics in our online society, and that is social media, stereotyping, and standardization. But what really is social media? According to Merriam-Webster, social media are forms of electronic communication through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. We can't deny the fact that social media had become a huge part of our life already. It became our life easier by letting us communicate with other people or connect with other people even if they are far away from us. But what we don't recognize is that social media is also separating us into cliques, wherein those cliques have different criteria that we should follow in order for us to belong in that status quo. Every day, we go through these social network websites in order to interact with the society in the most convenient way. But social media is so influential that it causes an alteration in our behavior and traits, which can eradicate our uniqueness. Examples of these social networking sites are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and even YouTube. Having standards on a body structure can cause those who are marginalized to develop anorexia in order for them to lose weight and for them to fit in those stereotypes. Or because of the standards of beauty in the social media, for example, having a fair skin or long shiny hair, we spend hours of trying to perfect ourselves with concealing our flaws or trying to emphasize the highlights of our face with makeup. Being exposed to social media means that we can see other people's lives and how they spend it. It may be as luxurious as spending it with a cocktail on a yacht, or horseback riding in Europe, or even watching a concert. Because of that, it triggers our sense of envy and convince ourselves that we should do the same or level with that kind of luxury or experience. But if you fail to do so, it can lead to insatisfaction, depression, or maybe jealousy because we can't do the same. And also, with that kind of exposure, we can see various comments of other people, mostly negative ones, that can cause us to be depressed. Having many likers triggers the reward center of our brain, which causes us happiness or sense of accomplishment. However, we can get addicted to that kind of sensation that we tend to be overdoing some things in order to attract audience. Social media can implement status quo that has certain criteria needed to be followed, such as rich can only be with the rich in the social media, and with that merge, they can underestimate the less fortunate people. They want to get exclusivity in order for them not to associate with the poor people. Such, for example, Snapchat, when they said Snapchat is only for rich people. What we post in the social media can be the basis for other people of our personality. Once we post something like chilling on a Saturday night, they tend to label us to be partygoers or drunkards. Social media also affects our spiritual health because it makes us doubt about the presence of God. They also encourage the youth to join in those organizations wherein they do not believe in God or they perform rituals that are not approved by the church. So how come that this issue is somehow being neglected or ignored when in fact there are a lot of people being affected by social stereotyping or social marginalizing because of social media? We are afraid to break the status quo or the rules of social media because that is also what we use as our basis in choosing who to be friends with or who to be. We are afraid to stand up because of the criticisms that we might get in voicing our opinions about social media stereotyping and standardization. But would you rather live in pretense? Because I don't. So how can we eradicate social media standardization and stereotyping? First, we must accept our cultural diversity, that the beauty of the world lies in the differences of its people, and accept different cultures' beliefs. Second, we must be willing to be friends with anyone, regarding of their gender, race, ethnicity, culture, and beliefs. Third, slowly, we must eradicate our stereotypical behavior and accept other people with who they are. And lastly, the person that you should love the most is yourself, regardless of your weight, your size, your color, your race, your ethnicity, or your class. I know that social media can really be influential and it encourages us to adopt the same lifestyle as our idols or even those who are famous in the social media. But we should not come to the point or exit to the point wherein we use those idols as our basis of perfection or even humanity. We should be who we are. I say no to social media stereotyping.